right? So it is time, very much time for Shadow of the Colossus. I had planned, right, so this is another glorious bit of annoying tech bullshit over this, in that I had planned to do a HDR stream if I could through Action for this, or at least try and do some HDR recording. So Marilla's Action currently will not correctly hook into my capture card on my big PC. The reason that I had moved my capture card over to the big PC is because the Elgato 4K capture utility on my laptop had been throwing up stutters whenever I'd been recording stuff on it. And I used to do it fine. The only problem used to be there used to be a yellow line down the side, but in the patch notes a while ago, Elgato said they fixed that, and they have indeed fixed that, but now there was an intermittent stutter, and I thought that maybe it was because of the laptop itself being a GDX or 1050 inside it and that kind of thing. So, it's not that powerful or whatever, and plus it's a laptop. So I decided to plug it into my main computer, with the i7 700K and the RTX 2080 Ti. That didn't solve the HDR stutter issue on the 4K capture utility, and through investigations and all that, I've seen that while SDR records fine, HDR does not record well at all, which is weird considering how well things record with other stuff. So it's not. I don't think it's my setup anywhere, or if it is, it's something that only pops up via issues with the 4K capture utility, and because Action works fine, OBS works fine, I can stream in 4K, I can stream in 4K HDR, I can stream at really high bit rates, I can do all that, I can record at really high bit rates, I can record at insane bit rates to the hard drive that I use, so like across the board elsewhere I am writing and transmitting more data than would be asked of the 4K capture utility, but the 4K capture utility can't keep up, at least with HDR turned on. So there seems to be an issue there. I also degraded, rolled back Marilla's Action to try and get the capture card working, and it does work on a release from last July, but it's not recording HDR off the capture card. I've seen other people on Reddit post that so I've got a USB capture card. Other people that have the PCIe capture card have had issues with Elgato not passing on the metadata from the stream from the capture card to Action for it to record in HD or any other software that records in HD. So I'm wondering if that's the issue. I don't know whether it's like the older version of Action doesn't pick up in the HDR, or whether the Elgato is just not passing along the information that it should come up being read as being recorded in HDR. So basically, I've got no way of capturing HDR on my console at the moment perfectly. It's either a massive hitch every 30 seconds or nothing. So hopefully, I've emailed Action about like just the general capture card issue, but whatever. At this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and play a bit of this and come back then to the PS4 Shadow of the Colossus whenever things are actually in working order, or I've moved to a completely different brand of capture card, because I don't particularly enjoy the amount of issues I've had with Elgato. The amount of little niggles have always been there, like that little yellow line on all HDR content really annoyed the shit out of me, and the fact that they fixed it without there's another issue drove me wild. So especially with all the money that's been spent, and I'm glad I haven't spent like the couple of £100 on the 4K 60 Mark II, as I had been planning to throw in on the motherboard to get some actual 4K HDR captures from my console if it wouldn't work for Action, and if the stuttering and the 4K utility carries across, as it seems to do for other people with the hardware capture card. That's enough technobabble. Shadow of the Colossus PS3. I want to do a comparison now. So, as I say, I will come back to the PS4 version at some point. I will just do a couple of levels here, but I'm just going to do the first level of the PS3 version via PS Now. And let's marvel at this glorious intro so we can compare it with what we get. I love the massive bridge shots that I've had to go into both Eco and Shadow of the Colossus. It's also amazing to like watch this intro and have it like look okay, even if this part looks very stretched. Alright, new game. Big change whenever it ran at barely 20 FPS on the PS2 back on release. Still have that limited edition copy somewhere from the original release. Somewhere. Boy, look at the shine on the edge of those pieces of rubble. Forgot you could move the camera in these scenes.
Was Yuhik Aurel Yetforol Ikuduibikuka Yulzolu Iondo Yulilokok Ayuzi Yulakoldoloya Olik Olazulam Kaz Ilzozeriku Atzoko Amnos Crudo Laumism Wop was Uedilas also. Few hours is here. Ikolal Kizado Ulola Islis Pozaiuku Aumizquiki Ualola Quika.
Dormi before Alula Ostu Hailwa Wuki Waikwa Ujus Yazu Tsudoko was Nortekyo Utiura.
I will Aviuri, Uaizu, Solumi, you.
izkümkü iduse orodu iweliku. It's not ours amuso. Alu diklik if the least to iso.
放送温度伊豆を言うな映画からオール伊豆青などかユエコズイルエドニノク
Uronola. Oil. I'll bet.
I was beautiful, no peace, no quarrels. On those around, I were confused. Aero was not you alone, you were confused. No.
You do. You bet, Sanada.
僕も I order was no suit. Oh, you will kind answer. Was Yuangir Oriku Zula Ukira Jewel? No suit. Yoya Aldu Nufu.
All round.
You are the widow, you will yell. Oil, I worship it.
All round. You do new.
Yeah.
I would do it.
So, yeah, it's a weird old time to be back with these controls. Also, this frame rate is something else. Right. Okay. Oh. Okay. Let's work out the controls again. Right. Come on. Let's get on. There we go. Hold triangle. There we go. From playing the remake so much now over the last 24 hours, from trying to sort out the recording issues, now I am stuck on the old. I'm stuck with the new control set in my head. It's amazing how like the world looks so barren in this now. Plus those lads are also something else. In fact, this is an inverted camera control too, for at least horizontal for the change is also very weird. There we go. It's gonna take a long time to get used to again. Alright. Go. So many buttons to press at the same time. Right, there we go. It's just so strange as well, like, to consider how much gaming changed with controls getting so much easier. Like, whenever you've got this kind of thing. So I will play this off stream then, and then go on to do The Last Guardian, I guess, and then abandon what I had planned for until I can get the opportunity to do this in a HDR recording for the remake, because if I'm going to do a long form of that, I want the HDR version to be up there, just for myself. Right, let's get onto the sword and start this. Come on, take a big swing here, Mickey. Oh, wrong button. Ah! No! I'm not used to the new controls again. Like, going back to these, it just seems very counterintuitive. I'm about to die. Let's get out of here and regenerate some health. This fight's going to take longer than I wanted it to. I think I love the overall soundtrack of this more than I love the soundtrack for Eco. Even if Eco is my two favorite songs. Two of my favorite songs in gaming as a whole. Let's try and remember this. There we go, that's better. Just remember to hold R1 to hold, and then it's just jump, not X involved here at all. I might play through this old classic version at some point as well, just to say I did it again after all these years, especially with this control scheme. I like to try and get the battle done before the music leaves, so that's a shame I didn't get there. Stop shaking me. Stop it. Let's see if we can heal up for a second. Or not heal up. Get some stamina back, right. stamina back. Oh, yes, now he's having a bit of a mare. Right. Excuse me. Let me just stab you in the brain. There we go. Sure, why not? Let's save. All right, and that is PS3 Shadow out of the way for this little showcase. Right, let's quickly move on. I want to get on to it quickly. To a remake running in 1080p 60 mode on the PS4 Pro, and here's hoping that the switch to HDR tone mapping to HDR to SDR tone mapping does not completely fuck up my capture card, so that I can easily get on with this. Might be okay. We'll see with the Red of Japan studio. So from what I've seen, okay, that'll probably be fine. So this won't look great. I don't think the HDR tone mapping is great on the Elgato device itself. I need to mess around with some more manual stuff for that kind of thing. But sure. Nice that they still included the moving the camera, even if I can't zoom in like I could on the previous game, on the classic. Well, I haven't finished it. I do think that Blue Point have done a tremendous job at moving across what I have seen and maintaining the game. I know some people have issues with certain parts of it, like the stuff that they added with the Last Guardian Easter egg and that kind of thing, but an Easter egg's an Easter egg, you know? Even as a person who takes his lore and that seriously, I don't have much of an issue at what they did there. Such a great job of making this intro so beautiful. Like, it was already amazing, but like to fully reimagine this and give it that modern touch, like, amazing work. And it looks like they did similar with Demon's Souls. I know that's another game where people aren't particularly fond of some of the slight artistic changes that have been done, or even some massive changes. Especially, like, it seems bigger changes in like certain artistic interpretations than this got, but you know, I think they both look great. It looks like they both play great too. How can I not find what they did here amazing? Especially someone who holds Yuida's work deep in my heart from, like... This is unbelievable. I need a similar thing to be done to Eco. Like, I need Eco to get a modern touch. Have some of that combat... Have some of those combat jankies removed and have it polished. It deserves to be polished. It'd be nice if this game got like a 4K 60 patch for the PS5 to really take it forward. Maybe it has already. I haven't really been looking, but honestly, it deserves it. Right, new game. We'll do normal first, just because that was the way it was originally intended to be played. Seeing as you had to finish the first version to unlock the hard version. So smooth and beautiful. It's not even like, it's amazing when comparing it to the PS3, let alone like thinking back to what the PS2 version was like, with it almost running at a slideshow. Oh, I was pressing the wrong button to zoom. Okay, so you can still zoom. Okay. Look at the reflections in the pool of water down at the bottom and everything. God rays. Volumetric fog. It's beautiful. The amazing particle effects. That's another great thing that the Bluetooth have done, because I've seen how great the particle effects look as well in Demon Souls. One of the few reasons I really want to get a PS5. Actually want to get it. Especially with the likes of Days Gone and that coming to PC and that, you know. So if Demon Souls comes to PC, then maybe I'll just say goodbye to the PS5 stuff. Although this in 4K 60 and an Eco remake would... I would pay anything for an Eco remake. I would sell my soul for the remake of Eco. And I am only out talking over this dramatic moment just seeing as I already did let it run with the PS2 version. I mean PS3 version. Well, you know. The PS3 remake of the PS2 version. No, the PS3 remaster of the PS2 version versus this PS4 remake of the PS2. Superb cloth animation too. I need to see Eco when you order with a similar level of detail in their face too. Please. Blue Point, I'm begging you. Or someone, anyone.
Was you hick? Aurel ye for all. Ikudu ibikuka. Yulbsolu iondu. Yulilo cock. I use yula cordoloya. Aulik, Olazulam, cause. Ilzazeri ku atzoko. Amnos crudu. Laomism wop. Was you a diulas also? View houses is view. Ikola kizado you lola. Islis pozaiuku. Aumizukikyo. You are la kika.
Detail on that poncho though.
You called us. You believe I wasn't cool. You own you.
Dormi for Alula. Ostu Hailwa Wuku Aikwa. Ujes Yazur Zudoko was Nordekyo Wutira.
I will I will be you item. Cute.
I like that the cloth actually blew around the pillar there instead of going through it like it did on the old version.
It is all of you Iveriko. It's not all Amuzo. Alu Tiklik. If the least to Iso. のな。おい、会う別。You do. You bet, Sanada. Oram. Ola, you do new.
I love a Dormir mixtape. Back with some actual good controls and smooth as butter frame rate. It's see now I'm doing the controls from the PS2 version again. Don't play them back to back. It's not a good idea. It's just all this extra detail. The actual grass, other than like instead of just 3 blades of grass being rendered in the previous version, now having all this, even if a lot of the texture pop in is quite close, grass rendering is quite close, you know, it still looks good. Like, I wish I had been able to do the PS2 version just to really do that ultimate comparison for my version, the version that existed with me versus this. Even discounting like the extra issues of playing on PlayStation Now and that kind of thing, like just like this is crazy going back 15 years and like thinking about what this looks like and what this means. Compared to now, you know? And compared to Len. That glorious rock detail. Cliff detail. Detail in the wood. various fur and hair detail. It's just beautiful. It's such a tremendous job they did. Even the sound quality, everything is just perfect. I wish someone could take this back in time and show it to me all those years ago, just for what I can look forward to. Bounce off him. There we go. Hey, big buddy. How's it going? Oh, didn't play the cutscene. Intriguing. Got the music though, which is always the important part. Oh, look at that lighting! It's so beautiful. The camera angle's a bit awkward sometimes. Maybe the physics need some work. Hair, that fur! Goodbye again, big friend. This is only like the 7th time I've killed you in the past 24 hours. Beautiful particles again. Wild about particles. Shadow of the Particles should have been this remake's name. It certainly looks the part. Cool. screen tearing, huh? I'm guessing that's a dramatic slowdown from all the extra introduced particles we have. Yeah, right, let's go for a brief gap then. Yeah, but so that was great. That was beautiful. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You live there, Argo, and I'll go on up my. Physics! Physics! We love physics. A true masterpiece of physics recreation. It's just beautiful. It's amazing. It's a time to be had by all. Jesus, okay, how long does this... Oh, we're at the end now. I love backsliding up some, rolling and backsliding up some stairs. Makes it even more curious in the ramp. Right, okay, nothing. Wasn't sure whether we'd get one of those massive coins that are in this. Oh, look at the leaves and all falling. Beautiful. Stutter there going up, I'm guessing those god rays and particle effects and everything. We jump. See if we can land in the pool of water. And after a brief moment of silence for our dear Wanda, that is the first Colossus. First Colossi. First Colossus on both the remaster and then the remake. I'm very much looking forward to finally getting through the remake after putting it off for so long, and then finally getting through The Last Guardian after putting that off for so long. I just needed to do that eco playthrough, so I suppose thank you 20th anniversary of the original Japanese and American release for or at least release year for getting my ass in gear on that. I love what they've done with this remake. It is tremendous, and it fills my heart with such warmth just for what this particular game means to me. And it's funny as well, like, just considering, like, what it even adds to eco, and even if that never gets a proper remake, how much that will help that game have a legacy going forward, a legacy that it deserves for the narrative and the experience of that adventure between Eco and Yorda. I just really need that remake. I need that complete remake. Give me a remake of The Last Guardian too, because I know it's supposed to run like absolute trash. Or close enough to some sort of trash, but it'd be nice. It'd be very nice. Right, I'm hopping off again for another few minutes before I hop back on Overwatch and do these placements. So yeah, birthday Boogaloo Part 3 coming up. Ooh, a player started their party. Guess I'll go and get involved with that now and then head off and sort out whatever. Just need that Eco remake. I will be all over that. I need it. Need it.